Hello, everyone. It's Crystal Lee Quibel from crystalleequibel.com, host of Literary Speaking, the podcast for inspiring aspiring writers and giving them tips and tricks on how to write and publish their books. You can join me every week on the podcast by visiting my website at crystalleequibel.com. I'd love to have you sign up for the newsletter so I can send you all kinds of goodies, free offers, free books, all kinds of good stuff on there. So make sure you check it out. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I get inspired and how I stay motivated when writer's block hits, because it happens. There's times where you're writing about really emotional topics, especially when it comes to memoir, and you want to share your message with the world, but there's a lot of concerns out there, and so it can sometimes trip you up. So what I found helpful were these few things. The first thing was to outline your book. You want to really make sure that you have a clear idea from chapter 1 to chapter 20 to chapter 99 of how you want your book to flow. And it really helps you because you don't have to write the events in order that they happen. You can then use your outline and say, I'm not really feeling, this part of my story today, but this part I can definitely write on that. So that's something that really helped me a ton, and I highly recommend sitting and mapping out your book. If you want to do something similar, I do have a freebie on my website. So when you sign up for that newsletter I mentioned on my website, I'll leave the link in the comments for you to check it out. There's a free guide on how to map and outline your memoir and how to prepare when you're writing your memoir. So that's the first thing. The second thing, sometimes you just need to take a break. You need to get out of the house, walk in the grass with your bare feet, pending that it's summer, spring, fall, wherever you are, where here in the winter, not so possible, but a walk is possible. And getting outside sometimes, just connecting with nature. I mean, I have the forest behind me at my house, and for me, it's just such a source of recharging and sorting out my thoughts and knowing what I should do, what my next steps are. And sometimes it's really, really simple. A quick walk to just jog your brain. Once I do things like that, sometimes I find going for a drive and listening to music really helps me. I just disconnect and I tap in. Any form of exercise is really great. Walking, hula hooping, those are my favorite things. So just whatever you find, some people really love the adrenaline rush from running, and they find that inspires them in their writing practice as well. So exercise, outlining, listening to music, getting out in nature. But the number one thing that is this groovy little trick that I learned, and I love it. How often do you go out with your friends and you're telling stories over drinks or over dinner or on the phone? You're recounting what happened on Friday night. Take out your phone. Record yourself. You can use an app like Evernote, or you can simply use the voice memo on your iPhone or Android device and record yourself telling the story. Sometimes if the words aren't flowing on the page, it's just the brain to the hands to the keyboard, and it's just an extra few steps that sort of stops you up. If you can tell your story and record it, then you can listen back and type it out, or you can have it transcribed, which ends up being a huge help and saves you a ton of time when it comes to writer's block. For more awesome tips like this, I would love if you gave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you check me out on Facebook. I share all kinds of cool stuff about writing. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and if you are too, you'll love it. So head on over, facebook.com/Crystal Lee Quibel, and make sure you check out the podcast. It's on my website under the Literary Speaking tab, crystalleequibel.com. Thanks for listening, guys, and keep writing.